Alright, so we decided to start out today trying to figure out my idle hesitation, or not idle hesitation, my throttle hesitation. When I push on it, why does it flutter? I looked at a couple different things. I've been thinking for a while that it's the gas, the fuel pump and the gas tank and the filter and all that jazz. Wanted to start from the electronics and work my way back because I'm not quite ready to do that, waiting on some pads, big foam rubber pads. So I decided to tackle this problem, see if it is the TPS. I was looking online, a lot of people thought it was their throttle plate screw. This is obviously factory set from Skunk 2 and it's brand new, so I'm not going to mess with the throttle plate position screw, which leads me to believe that it's either the injectors or the TPS. Probably it's the TPS. I'm getting 11.9 ohms across on all four injectors. I'm getting correct voltage from all of the wires here. So I know, and I've visually and smellatory and auditorily heard these all working independently and perfectly fine. So I'm pretty sure, I just wanted to double check. So the injectors are all good and powered and working, which leads me to believe it's not the throttle plate's screw, it's not the injectors, it's not the wiring. It's probably going to be the TPS, so I'm going to delve into figuring out what's up with this guy. I'm just kind of going through, checking my fuel supply system, going one by one, just to make sure, but working my way towards TPS sensor for sure. So I'm getting 4.8, 4.7 now, to 4.7, 4.8, 4.7, 4.7. It seems to be running pretty smoothly through the voltage. It's hard to tell right off the beginning, which is where I'm having the problem. It's not doing it too slow there, but I mean, you get the point. I mean, it seems to be working. It seems to be within range-ish. I mean, it's not exactly where I'd want it, but it seems to be pretty close. Once it's at 4.5, I got 4.7. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to keep looking. All right, got that sucker set rate at 5. And yeah, looks like it's set 5 to me. Let me roll it all the way up. Any guesses as to where it stops? 4.71. I'll take it. I will take it. And settle back at 5. Settle at 5. Settle at 5. Whatever. It was settling at 5. Boom. Alright, so throttle position sensor is more or less set. There's only 2500s off or whatever it is, but I'm still leaning towards fuel pump because of what this guy was saying with the fuel system. All the thank you, motorcycle. What the fuck the troubleshooting shit is. Where are you, good sir? All the troubleshooting shit was saying that it was frequent idle, irregular idle. Yeah, a lot of stuff going on here. A lot of stuff going on. Trying to figure out, basically, do I switch that guy out or do I start with the fuel tank stuff? Guess I gotta decide, huh? Bulls. That seemed to jump really big. Now he's just going around in circles. I'm not seeing any major. It's a little weird right at the beginning. Right there, I can't tell. Maybe I'm just being too eagle-eyed. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. So I drove it around the block. That seemed to have helped a lot. That really seemed to have helped. I didn't have any bogging down issues at all that I noticed. It was a little hard to tell because that fucking thing was squealing the entire time I was driving around. Oh, I don't think there's anything more embarrassing than a horrible screeching, screaming. Yeah, so I have to figure out what's going on with that. Also, as I'm standing here, I'm noticing a rather large, wet, oily spot underneath my car right there again. I can't remember if I cleaned that up or not. But I gotta figure out where that's coming from. Because I don't appear to be losing oil. I'm still at like 3/4 almost up, and I just pulled in, so I mean it's still dripping down. Not losing any of that, really not losing any power steering fluid except for a little bit here, but other than it going over here and traveling down and across, yeah, I gotta figure out where that's coming from. I have a feeling it's affecting that screeching belt, so yeah, get on that. But the TPS seems to be working fine. Was having the same kind of boggy issues I had before. I'm thinking I'm still going to do the gas tank and the gas filter and the gas pump and all that shit. So that is up next on my block here. But for now, I want to figure out why this thing is dripping and why I've got wet spots under the car. Well, as I'm sure you can see, the valve cover is now off again. I took off the spark plugs, and I noticed that there was a come on, buddy, focus. There's, I don't know why you can see it, but there's a healthy amount of slick and shine down in there. Looks to be a little oil seepage from the seals. When I was doing them, the first time I did them, I took them out and replaced them with the Felt Pro, and it didn't matter which side. They're all, you know, the difference in the valve for the intake and the exhaust is the withstanding of the heat. Other than that, they pretty much would be fine. I think the inside diameter might be slightly different. I can't remember. But the kit that I got, the rebuild kit, came with intake and exhaust, and I wasn't even thinking when I put them on. So I know for a fact I've got some black springs mixed in with some silver springs kind of all over the place. So luckily I still have the next Felt Pro up, and they're all silver springs. There are no black springs. They're all ready to go for the whole thing. And yeah, right there. Good to go. Gasket set. Didn't say nothing about. Yep, doesn't say nothing about intake or exhaust. Anyway, oops, hit stop record. Anyways, I got this dude, Lyle valve spring compressor. This thing's super heavy duty for like 17 bucks. It's like no messing around heavy duty. Seems to be working pretty good. Waiting until that cools down a little bit before I run through the order of taking off the rocker arm assembly. It just bugs me because I just did a valve adjustment. I wasn't thinking. Should have done it right. Should have done it right the first time. Alright, got that guy off. Came off pretty easy, obviously. Look at this on here. I want to try and get this gasket farther back just in case. Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to try out this new valve tool here. Hopefully this thing works. That way I won't need to rebuy the valve keeper magnetic hammer one. Let's give this thing a shot. Well, I'm going to have to reorder the valve keeper tool. That thing didn't work. I tried to use a spark plug socket. Then I forgot that I didn't have the engine turned over, and so I decided to just stop before I messed something up. So I'm gonna have to reorder that. Well, I did reorder it. It should be here tomorrow. So today, I'm just gonna leave that be right where it's sitting. Should be fine. I'm gonna figure out where all this liquidity is coming from down here. Upon closer inspection on this guy, I'm realizing that it has quite a bit of dryness all over the place, with the exception of right here on the tubage. And then it just gets wet, and it's wetter all over. Yeah, you can't really see. It's really wet right there. And the wetness kind of starts and goes over here up into there, and then drips down the side onto that guy, which in turn makes it run over to this side, which looks like it's running down the guard plate here, and then down the side onto that, because everything's coming across. Nothing's coming from behind, it's all coming from across and down. And the oil pan nuts and bolts, if they're all badly torqued or whatever, if the gasket was leaking really bad, they would be soaking wet with oil, but they're dry as hell. So I'm under the firm belief currently that I didn't over torque it as previously thought. It's just drippage down, because everything that comes up here, if you look, it's coming, you know, there's no way I'm dripping oil up onto the bottom of the power steering pump, so it's obviously coming from up there and right there. Just kind of a bummer, because I finally just got that hose to work, and I guess I just moved it around too much, back and forth when I was doing the engine rebuild, and I think that just took its toll on it. I don't know if I'll be able to cut it and bend it down any further. This thing already hates me. It's like the 5th attempt I've tried at. Like this hose is all bent to hell, like a video like 12 or 11 or something. It's not even labeled as power steering, but I had to torch this metal part down here, bring it all the way up, and bend this part, and it was a nightmare. I think that was 4 or 5. This is the 5th hose, I believe, that's been on here. All different kinds, as long as they matched up with the head, that's all that mattered to me. But anyways, yeah, I think this hose is I think I might need to order one of these, just a brand new one, and quit messing with old stuff. Yeah, I think I should do that. Until then, while I'm at it though, since I'm gonna have to lose a bunch of power steering fluid, hopefully I'll be able to retain some. I kept a couple of empty bottles up there in case I was able to retain some, and then run it through a coffee filter or something. But yeah, I'm gonna have to buy a rebuild kit for this. Last time I tried to rebuild it, I did not have a pulley puller, which I have now, and I have a really big pulley puller down there too. So I'm gonna try and rebuild this dude. It's only a couple of things, just a bearing, and I think I still have the bearing, so I might just need the O-ring. Because I did buy a rebuild kit for it, and I just never got around to it because I couldn't get the fucking pulley off. So I think maybe I'll do that, order that and a power steering pump. Other than that, it should be good for the power steering pump. Hopefully that'll seize that up. Other than that, I got a couple of things. I took the engine dampener apart that was up over here, and I put that, I cleaned it all, I disassembled it all, cleaned it all off really nice. With the exception right there, I couldn't get in there and didn't really give a fuck. I'll get it with a Q-tip, it'll drive me nuts. But it's supposed to go here and attach onto this part here attaches onto your thing, and then like that. That's how I've seen it done, or forward more. I don't know, for me that is not an option. It could be an option somehow, but I'm leaning more towards getting the power steering pump just perfect and putting this dude down onto the 2 bolt holes for the original tow hooks. I tried over here, but the frame gets in the way. The innovative mounts traction bar gets in the way, or else I could almost put it right there and then attach it to the clutch, which I thought would be cool, but then I thought that's probably a bad fucking idea. I don't know, so I gotta figure out where I can attach this guy that would be concurrent to where I can attach both of them. Just give me that little bit extra of engine stability in there. Alright, this has been a 5-minute take, so I think I'm gonna finish up this talk. I raised the car and loosened the wheels because I'm gonna need to get to that one to rotate the crankshaft. This guy I'm gonna drop and try and adjust the camber on it. I want to now that I got the kind of tight, you can see the camber on this guy. I can see it, so I'm going to try and adjust for that. This one's pretty good, but it's not very far. I'll try and show the results again really quick, but yeah, so I'm going to raise these up because I'm still getting a little bit of noise underneath. when I turn and whatnot. So I want to make sure. Looks like I'm already getting some wear right there, which is very interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. I just don't want to fuck up these tires. You know? Shit. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna raise the suspension, adjust the camber on those. Yeah, and then I guess start filming again. Okie dokie. Got both these guys lowered. Both sides are now lowered, or rather raised. Another 3 turns each. I'm not sure where they're sitting, but that raises it 6 full turns on each side off of the original 64 millimeters that I had it set at. These are the adjustable camber that I was talking about that the guy couldn't find. Those look adjustable to me. Anyways, since I had these off, I decided I'd bleed the back brake since I didn't do it the first time because it worked just fine. I got no air out of both sides, so I just went ahead and I saw the cotter pin was pretty rusty, so I went ahead and replaced that on both sides. And the back brakes, the pads look great. The rotors look great. Nothing crazy going on. No big cracks or gouges or anything. So I feel like brakes are good and set. As far as the rear goes, I feel like that's good and set. A couple of suspension things that I've been thinking about is the ASR rear sway bar, and then also up here. But if I do that, then there's absolutely no way I can have this stuff in my trunk. The battery, the top of the shock mount, somewhere like right here. I think that's it. Something like that. It's in there. Right here. It's right in the middle. It's right there. So those 2 bolts are like right there. That is below the battery height. So I would literally have to, like, I guess move the battery over here or something. And I don't know what I would do with this because that's way too tall. It's way too wide to go back and forth in here. Upper strut bar would be fun, but I don't know if that's in the cards for right now, at least. I had thought about getting the window pillar, the C-pillars, or whatever these are called. That go from this seatbelt mount to that seatbelt mount. Just 1 bar across. And you can even get them for like right here. Then you can even get them between the seat belts down there. That's a little crazy. I don't know about all that, especially since I have the 94. Well, maybe. It only sticks out. In the picture, it looks like it comes out a lot farther. I know you can't really see too well, but definitely it's doable. But you know, I don't know how far I could slide my seat back, and being 6'5", I definitely slide my seat back. So yeah, tidying up some loose ends, getting this guy back up, ready to go. I do have a cam. I'm gonna leave the thing off because I have a little camber, like $16 Amazon thing coming. It's a level for that, so I can try that out. I want to leave it exactly where it is to see in relation to the report that I got from it. But yeah, cool. All right, got some stuff. That guy came. I got some neoprene foam pads for the bottom of or for the top of the gas tank, and then just in case I spill any shit, I got some spill magic. That's just in case I spill anything. While I've been waiting today, I've had some problems with my mirrors. My power mirrors don't want to work. Went through some diagnostics, found this guy was working fine. Found out the right side wasn't working good. Decided I would do a little bit of wire investigating. Went through the whole thing. Couldn't quite figure out what's going on. And then Amazon showed up, and I managed to get quite a bit of cleanup down here. So much cleaner, so much cleaner. I also got the new radio antenna installed, the higher power, better quality one. I got that plugged into this guy, the amplifier. But for right now, up next is the stem cells. So I'm going to go ahead and the valve stem seals. So I'm going to go ahead and get those guys on there, or rather get those guys off so I can get them on there. Alright, so after attempting to put on my very first one, I spent the last hour and a half thoroughly searching and cleaning the engine, and I cannot find that fucking valve keeper anywhere. Anywhere. I don't want to let this like deter me. So I'm going to just keep moving along. It's been... I just want to quit, but I can't. Gotta finish. Alright, so I did a bunch of these guys. And as I'm going through, I realized I got 4 left, but I only have 2 more to go. So I looked and I didn't put one on there. I took it off and then put the thing on, but I didn't put the stem cell on there. And then stem cell, God, I keep saying it. And then I didn't put the stem seal, or I didn't swap out the stem seal on this one. I just didn't do it. So now I gotta go back and do this one and go back and do this guy. But as I was doing this one, I just lost another one. Actually, all 3 pieces to it went off. The cap landed over there, I found it. The second one landed down underneath. I don't know where the third one went. I heard it go down over there, so I know it's somewhere over there. But as I was looking for it, I glanced down, and this is magnet I put on my fucking... Yeah, you see it, don't you? This magnet I put on my fuel line. I'm like, what is that little thing? Boom. That would be the valve keeper that I was looking for an hour and a goddamn half. Ugh, I hate these things. Sweet, so now I'm just down to missing one, which I think is actually a lot easier to find. But as soon as I heard it go and I couldn't find it right away, I was just like, all right, I'm done. I'm done for the night. So luckily I used the big Bluebeard, wears the flashlight to find that one. I definitely found it. So all right. Garage door's closed. I'm calling it. They're gonna be up in a couple hours for the stock market, so hopefully I'll be finding. I think it's like every time I stop looking, that's when I think I see it. Nope, it's just a little scratch or something. All right, well, until tomorrow morning. So I'm about an hour into the next day. I still can't find that thing. Cannot find it. So I have 3 valve keepers. I'm just gonna keep on going on. Put the one in that I didn't and replace the one that I didn't, and just come down to just that one. I guess I gotta order some, see if I can get some within the next couple days. Sucks, but I got some other things I can do in the meantime. Alright, so I get to the last one here, went to replace it, or 2, because that was the one that I didn't put one on. And as soon as I popped that spring, I heard this weird little tink noise. And I thought, I wonder what that noise was. And that was my valve going down into the head of the cylinder. I tried a couple different ways of getting it back up, but I don't want to mess anything up, so I guess I'll be putting in the correct valve stem lengths. So yeah, I get to do that now. So now I gotta take my head back apart. Sweet. Okay, so I just did a bunch of research and reordered the valve stems. I double checked to make sure that D16 it was in spec. They were a little off. They're 5.5, 118, and 30, which is still in spec. It's a little bit from where it needs to be, but so yeah, I guess take it all the fuck back off, right? Top dead center, start over. I did get a thank you note from Proven Performance Parts. I got a couple. I ordered 2 of these guys off of Amazon. They came like 10 days earlier than they're supposed to. Nice and thick. They have like no give to them, so that's nice. That replaced the ones. They're obviously, you can see on this guy here what I was talking about as far as the holes don't line up. Maybe you can see holes don't quite want to line up. So even though these are really nice and thick and there's multiple layers to them, I can't use them for Subaru. I'll find something to do with them though. But these will be nice to put on, once I get the head taken apart and all that jazz. Well, diving back in, see that I do have the oil problem that I had. Seems to just be leaking the oilage. And as you get the exhaust manifold off, you can see that's already pretty good and dark right there. It'll be interesting to get this head off and see where my... There's a lot of oil, man. I don't know if you can see that very well, but that's a bunch of fucking oil all over this thing, and it's a nice thick, gross kind too. All right, so I got the belts off. Yeah, belts off. Exhaust is off. I drained like half the coolant. I didn't think I needed to drain all the coolant, but I guess we'll find out, huh? Alright, I got a bunch of shit off. I was thinking about replacing these, but I don't know. There's only one way I know how to replace them, and that's the double screw thing, but I can't figure out if I want to do it or not. Maybe I'll sleep on it. I'm keeping track of where any kind of wetness is. Due to, might be a little hard because I accidentally forgot to plug these guys off, so I got a little bit of oil right down there and a little bit of oil over there. I drained all this stuff in the center hoping I'd find that fucking valve key, but I just can't find it. Hoping it didn't go down into these guys. If it did, it did. It's in the oil. It's not going to get past the screener, so I'm not that worried, but I do want to find it so I can continue on with the project without having to buy anymore. But now that I got this shit up, I'll be able to clean a little bit more at least. There's good things to this, but it's mainly just bad shit. I got everything off of this sumbitch here. I'm just gonna tie that on. I guess I should probably tie it, huh? Yeah, I think I'm ready to pull this guy up. Seeing a little bit of oil leakage from here coming out down there, which makes you wonder if something ain't going on. I'm gonna have to take a peek. We'll see. I'm gonna pull this head off. Gotta pull the head bolts in the right order here and get this cleaned up so I have somewhere to work. Alright, got the heads off. Take a quick peek here. I'm gonna reuse this guy for sure, since it's still pretty much new. Well, yes, it is new. Checking this dude out. That's a head gasket. Let's go ahead and put you right there with the mail key. Yeah, looks like I got some nice thick gross oil. Shit, I wanted to clean that. I have to get my vacuum gun out and take care of some of this coolant. I'm gonna deal with these pistons. Good. So I got all the intake valves pulled. Sitting over here. I also pulled the strings, or the springs for the exhaust too, as well rather, and got the last two here. I didn't put them on. Not even gonna take them out quite yet. Just gonna wait. I ordered some valve keepers, the little dudes, because I still couldn't find the one. So shockingly, the cheapest and fastest place to find them. Everywhere else wanted like, fuck, it was like 7 or 8 days at the earliest. I got them at O'Reilly's for $2.69 for a set overnight, like free. So I bought like 10 of them. It's like I'm never having this problem again. $2.69. Everywhere else wanted, like, I saw places that wanted like 50, 60 bucks for them. Anyways, yeah, so I got this guy off. That guy's all cleaned out, re-oiled up. Got rid of some of the coolant in here. I haven't cleaned anything up. Like I said, I haven't found that valve keeper yet. As far as that oil leak goes, I'm still having issues. Definitely have some kind of oil on the front side. I don't think I'm leaking oil out of the back of the gasket, because I checked it and it's dry. Not right now because I had to, actually, that does look a little wet right there. Might have to look into that. But there shouldn't be any oil in contact with that anyways. I haven't found any culprits. There's a couple of wet spots down in there, but nothing I can really, haven't found it yet, but I'll keep finding it. But I think that's the end of this video. I have no idea how long it's going, but it's definitely been quite A lot longer than I expected it to be, obviously. I had hoped not to see this view for a long time, but it's nice to be back here, see an old friend. Alright, till the next one.